so badly. I'm sorry. You just let me get ready and we can play. Go get your toy. And there we go. She is officially freed from her incarceration. Hey, warrior. She's no longer in prison. Oh, you suck. You're going back to prison. 2 seconds in there, you're covered in seeds again. I worked. Oh. Rested for an hour to get all that crap out. Nah, let's put you up here. Hey, Johnny Half, how you doing? And I'm wearing my hat. I found my hat. So now I look like less of a crazy person. Just a little bit. Hot day, freaking hot day. I'll throw your toy. Go get it. You always hear about throwing the pigskin back and forth. I'm throwing the pig. Yeah, oh my goodness. It's been a hot day today, like unbelievably baking freaking hot. And that's the thing with Northern Ontario weather. It is cold nights. Last night it was 3 degrees Celsius, which is cold. I think it's like 14 American Fahrenheit. And right now it's about 30 degrees Celsius, which is like 80 American. We get these huge dips, so the heat is really hitting me hard today. Hey, Jeremiah, how you doing? I'm throwing a pig. For a little piggy. She's been freed from her incarceration. Her prison time is over. Oh, yeah, see, I could actually deal with a constant warm temperature like that. That's I got it, Moose. Go get it. I could deal with that because you're hot during the night and hot during the day as well. The problem here is the shifts in temperature. Today, right now, it's 30 degrees. Yesterday was 29. Overnight, last night, it went down to 3 degrees. Almost a 30-degree shift in the weather. Tonight, it's going to go from 30. It could get as low as -1 tonight. The shifts are hell. When the temperature up here starts to drop, it just like plummets. So it'll be warm until about 8:30, 9 o'clock. At around 10, it'll go from like 25, and it'll drop down to 10 degrees. By midnight, it'll be like 5 to 6 degrees. 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, it'll be near zero. It's that, sudden rock drop off. You feel the chill right through your body. Oh, I love sleeping in the cold. It's just going from hot to cold like that. The weather like this is more unbearable than the winter was. You're okay with the cold when you're constantly in it, but when it just drops like that, it feels colder than it did during the winter. It's unpleasant. Even the dog had to snuggle up next to me last night. Besides that, it is relief. Once it drops down, I'd say right down to about 8 degrees Celsius is okay-ish. But when it starts getting below that, like a 30-degree drop, a sudden 30-degree drop in the temperature, you feel it to your bones. It's not a nice feeling. And it's so hot today. I figured, oh, I'd come outside now, bring the dog out, and I'm overheating. I've been overheating all day because the temperature shifts. I've been running the AC with the dog inside all day. We've just been literally just she wants her pig. We've been literally just chilling out. Been running the whatchamacallit, the Jenny, because I cannot handle the shift like that. The heat, the cold to the hot. I can handle constant cold. I can handle constant heat. But when it's shifting like that, it's hell. Came out, figured I'm hungry. Haven't really cooked anything today yet. Gonna start a fire and open the door, and I got like punched in the face with the heat. So I'm waiting for like 6, 7 o'clock when the sun starts to go down to cook. Oh my goodness, Moose. Let's watch a dog play fetch. She's no longer incarcerated, so she's ecstatically happy. I put her in prison yesterday. Well, good thing I did, because when I was out last night streaming, there was a wolf. I could hear it howling in the background, and I saw it for like a minute or so just over the tree line there. But she wants this desperately to be throwing. I should never have taught her fetch. But her incarceration is officially over. And I found my hat, but oh my goodness. It's I'm not going to really say a problem with me, but so when I first got up this morning, instead of training her, I had somewhere to be. I wanted to get it done damn early in the morning. So I got up at about 6 a.m. I was out the door by 6:30 on the way up the hill to go visit my friend because he just got himself some solar panels, and I said I'd come and set it up for him. I'd help him, wire it. I'll bring up some wires because I've got extra high gauge wires. Help him wire it to the battery, the charge controller, and the inverter, which I did. Got there and we're talking, and he's like, "Man, the organizer here, he hates your guts." He had visited him last night to say, "Oh, why are you having him help? But I can do better than that." He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. I went to college to be an electrician. He didn't pass. He never finished. And I don't care what you went to school for. Because of Jeremiah here and a lot of self-study, I know how to set up a damn solar system very well and properly. There's one wolf here. There's an older wolf that lives on the property. He's a big sucker, and I blame him why I can't get any rabbits in my snares. So I got about 50 rabbit snares set through the woods back here. I go check them every day, and I often find snares that have been set off and they're broken. A couple times now, what the hell is that? A couple times now I've gone back there to check my snares. They're broken, and just a couple feet away I found tufts of fur and blood. So I'm pretty sure that old wolf has gotten wise to my snares, and he patrols my area just like I do every morning and steals my rabbits. Hey, Johnny Half. No. You helped out a lot. Like, you helped me figure out how to properly do it without killing myself. All the safety things. I did a lot of self-study, but honestly, if you didn't help me out with that, I probably would have just went with one of the kits that are all ready to go and not got as decent a system as I did for the price. Oh, shit, Moose. Gotta stop running in there. You gotta stop running and getting the seeds all over you. Here, one more throw. Hey, more. I didn't see you there. Wasn't really paying attention to the screen, but yeah, that. And I'm just, honestly, right now, I'm just trying to tire this little shit out. Go get your pig. Get her running, run out. get our exercise in, and kill some time before, when it starts to cool down, I can cook again. I'm gonna probably fry up a can of lunch meat. So I got the dollar store brand of lunch meat. It's not the dollar store brand. I usually get the lunch meat from dollar store, but my usual brand, the Holiday brand of lunch meat, they went up in price, like by $1. I can't afford it, so it's like $3 now. They brought in a new brand, this $2 brand, and I tried it. It sucked. It was horrible. I cut a piece off of it and tried to eat it. There's no flavor in it. I liked the texture. It was like really snappy, but no taste in it. And then I fried it, and holy crap, that stuff there, the crappy cheap Denmark brand, is something special. Horrible when not fried, but once you fry it, it changes into something incredible. It's actually really good. Ryan Hickens, I am indeed in Canada. Yo, gangster style. Yeah, Johnny, that's what happens. You get education is a thing. You need education for what you want, but there are other kinds of education. Education just isn't in a college or university. You can go through a trade route. That's still education. You're still learning on the job, having someone teach you. But yeah, it sucks. I hope you get a trade, my friend. I hope you're going through the trade route because by the time they finish school, you've already brought in a couple $100,000, and you're probably gonna make more than they are with their masters and bachelors when they're working. You've already made what they would make in 5, 10 years by the time they finish school. You're established when they're just starting out. I really hope you're going through a trade. And any trade will do. Like, even a locksmith is now a dying art. Plumbers are needed. But make sure you do pick up. Don't just go into like construction. Do pick up a skilled trade like plumbing, carpentry, something like that. Oh shit! Con college. You know what? Even then, I still hope you picked up a trade. Oh yeah, electricians are make baller money. Electricians, carpenters, plumbers, locksmiths, steam fitters, iron workers, machinists, what you call them, millwrights, now make more than doctors and lawyers because nobody in North America wanted to go into that trade. We all said computers were key. Go into the trade to make a lot of money. Very fulfilling. The reason why I say take a trade is not only are you making good money, but now and you're working with your hands if that's something you like. But when you're doing something like you're an electrician, you can actually see the fruits of your labor as you do it. It's you don't just get the monetary reward; you get the satisfaction of building something substantial that you can see. Any trade, any trade job in North America makes bank. Ryan, I've got a rule. I don't think I'm close. I'm Northern Ontario, but I don't give my location away. I will not be doxxed. I will not dox myself. I want to keep myself safe because I do receive death threats via email and comments and Reddit a lot. And you got to take them seriously. fish dissector, cheesemaker seat. No, in Canada, you'd really have to be in Quebec to make to do any cheese stuff. But even that I think that's more of a minimum wage paying job. They've got one cheese and dairy facility in the Kawarthas Dairy. They make cheese and ice cream actually. Kawartha Dairy. And yeah, they make decent money. They're probably maybe double minimum wage. So what is minimum wage is like $18 now in Ontario. So they're probably up at $30 an hour. I know where Elk Lake is. I'm a little bit further north. Uh, that's funny. The current government we have, and the previous government we had, which is still the same government, no, no. They found a way to deny me, and I applied for ODSP after that. No, no, I applied for Ontario Works after I got denied the ODSP, and they denied me that for the simple reason is this year for that I brought in too much money. I was honest with it. With getting this land and everything to go for money, they said no, we're not approving you this year for ODSP. And then I applied for Ontario Works because I got laid off and everything, and they laughed at me because my assets. I have over $10,000 of assets in my name, and legit, it's my home where I live and license for this land. So they laughed at me. Right now, what I'm doing to survive is whatever I can, literally whatever I can. I sometimes pick up work down at the lake. I've done it a couple times now. A person owns a cottage down there. See, I had a job when I first got up here. I got 5 weeks in, and money's nice. Trust me, 5 weeks pay was better than nothing. That kept me going for a while. But yeah, I got laid off as soon as the Trump tariffs came in, and that sucked. That really sucked. 5 weeks gone. Everybody, all the Canadian employees got laid off, which sucked. But I've been picking up work here and there. Like I've been there like down there about 4 times. I helped a guy at the lake who owns the island on the lake put up a bunkie. I came in there. I said, let's just put it a floating building, drill into the rock, put a rod in there, put the stone foundation on 1, 2, 3, 4 corner beams, and put a floor in, walls up, and you got a small bunkie there ready to go. That's what we did for the 4 times I went there. We got the bunkie built there. And every time I went down there, minimum he gave me was $150, up to 200. Then a while back, I'm waiting for him to come back to see if he needs more work. He's building the tiny homes right now, but there's a guy down the road who his business is building tiny homes. He builds tiny homes, and the last one he asked me to come down to help him set up the solar on the things, and I did. And he gave me $200 for that. It was fantastic. But literally, I spent 8 hours, okay, more like 5 hours, drilling holes in the roof of his bunkies, feeding wires through, putting the racks on, mounting the solar panels, sealing the hole, setting the wires up into the charge controller to the batteries, and the inverter into it. And I did that 10 times over. Thank you very much, Nemo. Love from Canada. There are actually that's one of the places I really want to go to. Is I want to go to Japan sometime in the future, not because I'm one of those I don't know what the word for it is, those really creepy dudes that get way too into anime and wear the shirts and have the merchandises and the statues and the creepy dudes that fill a jar up with my little like those little horses and fill it up with their stuff. I'm not one of those dudes. I'm going there because I want the food. That's the word. And I just want to go there. I'd go there for the food. I have no interest in anything else for that. But that's a pipe dream. I don't think I'll ever have the cash for that. And I honestly, all the medications I'd have to lug around with me, I think it'd be too much of a hassle. Hey, Bog Monster. Boggy, I want to visit for the culture, the food culture. Exactly. Ugh. I I'm not into that stuff. I've never really been into it. Like, okay, I'll admit that. Well, there's a few animated shows I will watch. I grew up with Dragon Ball Z. I'm gonna watch the hell out of that every time they come out with something new. And anything horror related in animated and horror, I will watch all of, because you get away with more in an animated horror show than you would live action. Oh, you little shit. And there's some really good storylines. But I'm never going to be one of those people wearing one of those t shirts with my favorite animated girly thingy on it. A little bit. I did. I couldn't really get into that one, though. I think I got about halfway through it and then kind of gave up on it. I started watching a show called Resident Alien recently, and I just finished that series, which is a very good series. Very, very good series. And I'm currently watching the new season of Dexter, the new series of Dexter. I don't know who that is. Oh, Bog. I don't really get to watch much TV. I don't download anything with my internet connection. I save my data so I can get online on Discord. I can get online and stream here, because everything I'm doing is by cellular data right now. I've got a cellular receiver, sorry, a cellular range booster on the camper. I don't have Starlink anymore for a while because it's too freaking expensive. But that's up on the top of the camper, and I only get 100 gigs of data a month, so I use it for streaming on here. I mean, uploading videos to YouTube, and if I need a show, I get to go to town once a month, sometimes twice, if I'm lucky, 3 times, but most likely 1 to 2 times I go to town a month. And we usually stop in at, it depends what we're doing. If I go with my neighbor, it's probably to pick up wood. If I go for myself with my other neighbor, it's to do a shop. And we'll sit out in front of Tim Hortons for like an hour, hour and a half. And I'll download as many TV shows and as many movies as I possibly can within the time that we're there, so I have entertainment when I'm back here, because I just don't have the data to stream. I don't know who that is. I don't know who Maria Oswa is. Well, the art of fart, that's great. If you can get anywhere near water, do it. Unfortunately, it's super expensive to be on the water. It is the exact same here. We also have a Discord channel that we don't we haven't been accepting new members for a while, because honestly, Discord can bring in so many toxic people, so many weird things can happen, and I'm not willing to give it out anymore. I'll keep the community. We're a 200 member strong community, and I'm going to keep it a closed community for now. In the future, I might pump it out again, but it's Discord gets prickly. You have a good night, Nemo. I tried to actually watch One Piece. I actually tried to watch One Piece, and then you like look at the episode list, and it's just what, like 4,000 episodes long. I cannot dedicate that much time to watch a television show. Yeah, well, if she's got the money and she get a place on the lake, do it. Where are you located? Are you guys in Ontario? Well, is she in Ontario? Because now is actually a really good time to buy a vacation property. What had happened in the time of the pandemic, the panda bear, whatever you want to call it, vacation properties they started to sell for like triple, quadruple the value. So people are buying these small lakefront plots for $1 million or more, and now they don't got the money because we're in a recession. They're selling them, and they're selling them for like a quarter of the value. What they bought for $1 million 3 years ago is now selling for nothing. It's like selling for 150 to $250,000. The market correction hit the vacation homes hard. I'm pretty good. Moose and I are just chilling. She's no longer in prison for now. Canada's never going to secede Alberta to America. Alberta, none of Canada will ever become part of the states. That's just something your leader thinks it's gonna. He wants to happen, but it will never happen. If anything was to happen, Alberta would secede Canada and become its own country because it could afford that. It's our most profitable province. They could afford becoming their own country. They would never become part of the states. I promise you that much. But even then, they're not going to leave Canada. There's too many benefits. It's just our leadership sucks right now. Oh, I live in a camper year round now, and you can do that. It depends which part of Ontario. The further north you go, the cheaper it is. You can buy plots, you can buy land this far up on unrecognized land that have lake frontage that you can get for like $20,000 for like 3 to 5 acres, and you've got lake right on your property. You just gotta go. You gotta keep going north. The further away from Toronto you get, the cheaper it is. Oh, not much. Just chilling here with my baby Moose. Bring it here, Moose. Bring me the toy. I'll throw it for you again. Come on. Drop it. Good drop. Good girl. Just throwing a pig for my pig. Come on, Moose. I haven't had stag chili in a while. That stuff's way out of my price range. That stuff's way out of my price range. The time I love the stuff, but I know I can't handle stag chili. It's too expensive. Um, right now, if you'll see what I've got for the next month worth of supplies. I did a video yesterday, like about it. Just the most recent long form video is my month's supply, and it's enough to just keep me going. Like a couple bags of rice, some vegetables, potatoes, and a lot of preserved meat. I got these salamis on sale from the dollar store. Don't judge me; they're really good. Canned corned beef, a lot of potatoes. Um, yeah, a month's supply worth of probably 3 weeks if I'm lucky. But I only had $100 to spend, and I had to stretch it the way as much as I possibly could. So that means no fresh meat for me. Yeah, dude. It gets so much better than that. I remember when we were streaming that the bus was going by, and I guess it caught in the draft from the bus, and I needed that too. I used that right away to grab a drink. It gets better than that though. It gets better than that. When I was in Toronto, the day right after I found the $20, I'm walking down the street heading to the library, and there's an envelope at the lights. And I pick things up off the ground. I'm a little pack rat like that. I got to see what it is. I pick it up, open it up, and there's $100 bill in it. Like the next day, it was the next day I found $100 bill. That made my existence for the month. I can never forget that. The $20 was better, felt better than the $100, but the $100 helped me out more. But finding that $20 when I had no money, I'm sitting up on a rock, and it was a hot day too, right at the intersection of O'Connor. It was at O'Connor and Coxwell and O'Connor. That's exactly where I was. You can look up the intersection and see the rock I was at, Coxwell and O'Connor. Sitting there on a rock by a Indian roti place right in front of a gas station, and $20 when I desperately needed it the most. And I was almost in tears that day. Moose season starts in November. Uh, Jeremiah, I'm working on. There's a reason why I'm trying to find some work right now. Money. I'm always looking for work. Well, I'm trying to find something I can get right now. I'm gonna buy a. There's a compound bow they sell at Crappy Tire. It's $250. It's got enough poundage to take down a moose. I want to pick it up, and duck season is at the beginning of October. It starts September 20th and goes till November. I not only want to get a moose, I want to start hunting ducks with a bow and get good with it. So that's my next major purchase. That is not an essential life item. You take care, Boggy. Go get Moose. You're already gone, Moose. She loves this damn thing. I had a football for her. I Nerf football meant for dogs, but she had it for 3 days and destroyed it. And yet, this pig from the dollar store will not die. She will not kill this pig. It helps. All the fetch really helps get that puppy energy out. I had to ground her last night because she was being such a little shit. And there was a wolf. Yeah, she's done for a bit. Unless I call her, Moose, bring the pig here. I'll throw it once more. Come on. Drop it. Good girl. I've worked really hard on her obedience training. She's a really good dog. Take a break. Take a break. I don't want you to pass out. Sit. You're done for a bit. You're not playing it no more. You're shaking. See, she's really got that dachshund long body. I think it can be done. Pretty dang sure duck hunting. I've got the hunting license, and I've got the water where there's a lot of ducks there as it is. So I don't have the skill of archery skill yet, but this is just like Skyrim. You can learn any skill. I can be an archer that casts spells for all you know. Pretty sure you can duck hunt with a bow, though. I'm in it for the meat. I don't need the meat to be pretty. I'm going to dissect it and dry it out anyways. But, yeah. And we've got the tags for the moose. So moose season is November. If we get one of those, that'll be brilliant, but there's no guarantee that we're gonna get one. Oh, you little shit. Okay, I get it. She still want. She'll do this for hours on end. We're going on a half an hour of fetch, and she's still bringing it back. Oh, good girl. Good girl. But yeah, days like this, it's been a very hot day, right? You got to get all your work done right early in the morning, as early as possible, and just be done for the day. Today's been too hot to do much of anything. Like I was up at what? I was at his place by 7 in the morning, maybe earlier. I put the solar panels on his roof. So now he's not only he came up here living in a tent May. From May, June, July, August, we put him up a house. Got a lot out of scrap materials we found, like pallets, free materials we got from the Amish that they were just tossing out. Do you want something? Are you expecting me to throw that again? So how are you guys? I don't know if the chat's working. I'm gonna just switch this off for a second and reload the YouTube. I'll be back in like 20 seconds. There we go. She is back on. I'm hoping it's working this time. I am. So how are you guys on this fine Sunday afternoon? Any questions, comments, concerns? Anybody just want me to tell me to go to heck, get lost, get bent, F off, whatever you want. I'm okay with anything. You're done, aren't you? You're gonna flop, aren't you? Sit. Sit. Moose. Sit your ass down now. Sit. Sit. There we go. Good girl. Her. Okay. I understand why everybody assumes Moose is a boy because Moose seems like a boy's name, but I assure you she does not have testicles. That is a girl dog. Moose is a girl. See, there ain't no balls at the back of that puppy booty. Everybody assumes Moose is a boy because of the name, but no, she's a very, very pretty girl. Oh yeah, yesterday she was incarcerated. I didn't let her out in the evening with me to hang out because she'd been a brat all day and annoyed the crap out of me. She's being prickly sometimes. She's got the teenager attitude right now. So when I came out, I didn't bring her out with me, and I'd hear her screaming at me. So she was incarcerated last night, but it was for the best. There was a wolf out here last night, and getting her snatched up would not doesn't make me happy. Yeah, you're tired now and hot. How you doing, John? Yeah. So you guys named her. When I got her, I put a poll out right the day before she came, and I put a poll out. I asked everybody to suggest a bunch of names. I put 10 on a list, and Moose was by far the most popular choice. Moose is fantastic. So Ghost Night. I'm gonna put it straight up with you, and I'm not gonna hold back. People who destroy the forest can go. They fucking suck. They're the fucking worst. And I'm not just talking about people who do it for views on TikTok. I'm talking about even the goddamn campers that go in there and leave their garbage behind. You go into not we don't have national. We've got crown land and provincial parks here, not national forest. Well, I think we do have national forest, don't we? Yeah, we do. I'm an idiot. But the people they fucking suck. They fucking suck. I hated it when I was homeless and I found a person, another homeless person, and their camp was trashed. It was disgusting. It pissed me off. Man, you bring it in, you bring it out. You leave the area you went on better than you came to it, no matter what. I don't give a shit. At least that's my rule. Like, I lived on the same spot in Sudbury. Well, not on the exact same spot. I had the spot. I moved. Then I moved again. Then I moved. You know, but the spot that I was on, you could go to right now, and you'd never think somebody would ever have been there. Everything I brought in came out with me. Everything got taken out and disposed of properly. They fucking suck. Don't destroy no damn forests. Same thing when you're taking trees. If I'm taking branches and whatnot, ooh, there's a really good branch to burn tonight. I'm gonna burn that branch. There's a dead branch there. I'm gonna. This is all dogwood. This grows like 10 feet in a year. It's neat stuff to use. But even if you're taking down trees, I've cut down quite a few trees in there. You don't just cut all in the same area. You cut a tree and you find a better tree to another tree to take down that's a little bit away. So you're making room for new growth. You leave the area better. You don't just destroy. It's bullshit. You know, better. There's always stuff you can do. Like, okay, I do this for my own purposes as well. But if there's a plant I like, so even more sprouts of this are growing up. So this sprouts and seeds in the very early spring, and then it sprouts and seeds two more times throughout the summer. This stuff here, it's an herb, kind of tastes like cilantro mixed with parsley with a little bit of Szechuan peppercorn numbness in it. It's a neat herb. When it seeds, I picked up the seeds and I just toss them everywhere. Same thing when you're in the wild. You see a tree like if it is carnivorous forest, grab some pine cones with you, rattle the seeds out, walk around and throw them around randomly, help the forest out, make it a better place than it is. It's not a hard thing to keep a forest clean. I love my nature, and it's the same thing when you're foraging. I again, this stuff grows everywhere. I love it. It's right here. If I'm to harvest here, which I'll do some now, and I'll bring it in with me because I eat it. If you're harvesting the plant, you see this, how the sprigs coming out of the ground? I'm only going to take one, two from that one spot, another two from another spot, more from over here, and then I'd move on to another area. That's how you properly forage, a little bit at a time from each area. You don't decimate the plant unless it's an invasive species. So if this was something like garlic mustard, and there was a nice big patch of it, that whole patch is coming with me because it's an invasive species that does damage. It's the same thing when I go fishing. There's two kind of licenses for fishing up here in Ontario. You got your conservation license, which is cheaper, and your sports fishing license, which is a lot more expensive. It's double the price. The conservation one's like $14. The sports fishing one is near 30. There's a difference between the two. Conservation, you're only allowed to take 2 fish a day, whereas sports fishing, you can take five, depending on the species. You can take 5 bass, 5 pike, 5 pickerel, stuff like that a day, but five of any species. Perch, I can take with the conservation, it's two, and I don't need more than 2 fish a day. One to eat, one to put away. Instead of just wiping out as much as you possibly can. Are you talking about what's his name? What's the guy's name? Like fucking Christ. I forget his name. Somewhat a shaped head. He calls his dog Hoop Dog. What's his name? He was living up with Narrowway Homestead for a bit. That kid, right? Yes, Will Survive. I knew you were talking about Will Survives. I knew it had to be him. I agree with you. He doesn't. It's why I don't like him. Is he's going there and he's not doing like proper practices, proper land management practices. He's just there. Oh, I'm going to do this and survive. You're destroying the wilderness when you shouldn't be. There's so many wild mushrooms up here. Fun story is I've been mushrooming around a lot. We've got fucking Christ. There's right now what four mushrooms are in season. It's lobster mushroom, lion's mane, and chanterelles. Golden chanterelles are in season right now. There's thousands of them back there. I'm just not getting to them before the bears. Bluegill, you can take 25. I can take 25 on the sport. You can take 50. I've noticed that. I've noticed that. And when Narrowway Homestead brought him up there, I lost all respect for Narrowway Homestead. He only brought him there because Will Survive brings in views. He's a little shit. No. I know exactly what you're talking about. See, I'll be honest. I build trails. I've been building trails through the woods here, but there's responsible ways to do it. I've got a trail that goes. It's been stretching longer and longer every day that I walk it because I keep building onto it. I'd say now my trail stretches for about 3 kilometers, maybe 3.5 at least. It goes starting right from here, twists around, goes through here, all the way up here, and it's going further and further up. I'm gonna say that's east, going further east, northeast, and I'm gonna stretch it around to the other edges of the property eventually. But there's a responsible way of trail making. Is when you're taking down trees, you try to make your trail no more than your shoulder in width, and you go around healthy trees. You cut down dead trees. That's it. That's how you make a healthy trail. If you have to take down a tree, be better to go around it. But if it is 100% necessary to take down live trees, make sure the ones you are taking down are unhealthy. But it's never 100% necessary. Just go around the trees, find a dead one to take down, or a dying unhealthy tree. Make more room for something else to grow. But as long as you're keeping it shoulder width, you're good. Yes, I have. I actually here's the thing. I'd like to get some chickens. I'd like to get some good egg laying chickens. It won't be a this year thing because I don't got the money for them. But there's a guy in Timmins that sell egg laying chickens for $20 a chicken. I'd like to get about maybe 4 of them and enough feed to last the winter. But I wouldn't. I'm not prepared to have the chickens right now. They will die during the winter. But I'd like to get a couple, egg laying chickens and do some meat birds for next year. Let them hatch out a bunch of birds. Let them just eat off the property because I've got so much area they can roam from. Put a nice, chicken fence around the whole thing. Put up a chicken coop. Call them in at night. Let them just eat what they can, and then harvest all of start them off in May. Harvest them at the end of September. Process the birds into jerky. But that's a next year thing. That's kind of cool. Blue and brown eggs. Oh, no, I'm very. Okay. See, an area like this, I end up just taking the dead branches for firewood a lot from these trees because there's a lot of dead branches. But in all honesty, this is a dogwood forest. You could go in there and cut down every single tree, every single one of these dogwoods right now, pile them up, and get rid of them. They're just going to grow back next year, exactly in the same spot. You bring them right down to the roots, they're going to grow back, no problem. And they'll be about this tall at the end of the year. That's a new one. That's a new growth one too. That's just been growing this year. They grow over 10 feet in a year, and they're very tenacious. They're everywhere on this area. So you could decimate all the dogwood here. It'd be back next year. It's just dogwood. Easter, that. See, I would like to get a meat bird, some sort of meat bird. But that's for future. Right now, I'm just still trying to figure out the whole living situation for the winter. And I got my first animal here. And trust me, she's a wild animal. I live here. This is my homestead. That is not my home. That is my neighbor's. But I got a small half-acre homestead way in northern Ontario. I used to be homeless. I live in a really crappy camper. Well, no, sorry, a really beautiful camper. A small one is the word I should have used. A very tiny camper, but it's good enough for me and the dog. It's nice and warm, and yeah, that is how I live. It's the beginning. This is my first 5 months on my homestead. Yep, and that dog there, you'll see her in a second when she comes running down. Moose, there she comes. She is gonna be my. She's gonna be on t-shirts. Nope. I've been here since March. I've been here since March. I got here March 18th. So May, June, July, August. March 18th, April 18th, May 18th, June 18th, July, August. Almost 6 months. It'll be 6 months in 3 weeks. Uh, if anything, I want to get rabbits as well. I would love to get a bunch of rabbits. The problem with that though is you need some other sort of fat source because you can go get sick off of just rabbit meat because there's a lack of fat in rabbit. Plus, with the rabbits, would attract the wolves around a little bit more because there are a lot. There is a old wolf that lives on the property here. Saw him last night, and I can see him coming in, breaking down my rabbit hutch. Plus, we've got a lynx, a family of lynx living off that way, and a couple old foxes. Yeah, well, here's the thing. What they don't tell you, unless you got a stroke of luck, you're not getting out of homelessness. And usually, if you do get out of homelessness, it's within 2 years. If you're not there 2 years, when I was in Toronto, we called him Powder Man because he was always fucking stoned off of powder, showing up to my campfire, stoned out of his mind, drunk off his ass, and he wasn't a good guy. As a person, he's a good person, but he had so many problems. That's why his name was Powder Man because he hit the powder. Never touched the shit. I'll say quite happy with it. When I was homeless, I had a total of like 6 beers, maybe less. I stayed on the straight and narrow, but The longer you're out on the street, the more likely you are to get into some sort of narcotic and get stuck out there. And that man had been out there for like 10 years, homeless. There's another guy when I was in Toronto, he had been at the same spot for 20 years. Then they got him housing because he almost lost his leg. He burned himself in the winter with hot water, went to the hospital. They put him in hospice and then got him an apartment. Then he died. He was there for 20 years. Oh, here's the damn. I love chicken hearts. I love eating chicken hearts. You're so funny you bring them back because I made a couple meals with chicken hearts that I got from the butchers and some random bits of meat. One of the best meals I made up in Sudbury, I got a bunch of scrap meat from the butchers, chicken hearts, liver, dumplings, and a bunch of different vegetables, and made a hot pot with it, like Chinese style hot pot, over the fire in a wok. And that was probably one of the best meals I've ever made while I was homeless. And I still got that from living in the bush. I still got that problem going on. Is I don't want to cook indoors right now because it's too hot, and I kind of love cooking out on a campfire. Just throwing my pot on the coals and cooking it all together. I really love cooking on just a regular wood fire as simply as possible. Just throw everything in my pan and cook it. I don't like using gas to have a fire. Anything that costs money that I can't do for free. If I'm cooking with gas, that'll be the winter, but it's gonna do double duty. It's gonna help heat the place up and help cook a meal. But for me to walk around and collect a little bit of wood for a fire takes 15 minutes, if that, and then I've got a fire that lasts an hour, hour and a half, more than enough time to cook a proper meal on. Things are going pretty good. Still poor as fuck, but decent. I'm I'm set-ish for a couple weeks for supplies. I got $100 spent on proper supplies for. You see, go look at the video. You'll see what I got for about 3-ish weeks worth of supplies, which is fantastic. Besides that, like I'm just living with the dog. She's got her food. It costs her for 3 months about $25 for her food, and it's her. She's got higher quality food than any city dog has ever had, even on a raw food diet. She's probably got better quality food. I get her food from the Mennonite. They make it there on the spot. I watch them make it too. Is in their smokehouse they dry out the offcuts and scrap cuts of the beef, the chicken, and their pork. Dry it out in their smokehouse with the hearts and all that stuff. Grind it into a powder. They add the beef fat, the tallow they've pulled out of the from the cooking, into that with other dried and crushed vegetables, and then they put it into the little form. They pat it into the form they have for their dog food, press it down, scrape it off, and put it out. And a bag of it is like $25. It's an 80-pound bag, high quality food, real fats, real ingredients, none of this crap. And she loves it. She's healthy as heck. Plus, she gets little extras from me all the time. And it's more of it's not one of the dry dog foods. It's kind of got a squish to it. It's almost like a pemmican. It is almost like pemmican. Oh, I agree. Your dogs are amazing, and you should be thanking your dog every day. Like, who could not love this face? Who could not love that face? Right, Moose? She. We're going on an hour of her playing fetch. Yeah, ain't she? she's well trained too. Like, okay, she just brought it back and she wants me to throw it again. But she knows her come. She knows her stay. She knows her sit. I can leave if I wanted to. I could open the door, let her outside. She would run around all day, but she wouldn't leave the half-acre plot that I'm on. She knows the boundary. She will not leave it, not for a second, without me beside her. And not only that, I let her out. If I was to let her out, she comes back every 15 minutes to pop her head on the inside of the camper to say, "Are you still there? You coming out or not? Okay, I'll be back." She is my dog. That's awesome. Yeah, mine is a little mutt. You need to get the side profile of her, but she is a Australian Shepherd mixed with a Dachshund. So she's got this weird body. Yeah, I know you want me to throw it again. She's got that Dachshund body with a very furry. She's my little furry wiener. Well, that's a shame. Like, Moose, where'd you go? Come on, Moose. I'll tell you, I know having her in my life she is a great dog, and I spoil the crap out of her. Anything extra, like if I was to get $50 tomorrow, probably would go. If I work tomorrow, hopefully I can find. If my neighbor comes down tomorrow and say, "Hey, you want to come help me at the island?" The guy owns an island. I've been helping him. I built a bunkie and I've been doing a little bit of work around his. I call it a cottage, but he lives in it year round. If he gives me $200, I will take $50 of it, $50 of that for toys and stuff for her for the extras, and then put the 150 away because I'm trying to save enough to get a compound bow, so I can do some duck hunting this fall. Hopefully the guy gets caught. I don't respect people who destroy the forest. There she is, the long dog furry wiener. Oh no, no, nothing needs to be sent. Honestly, nothing needs to be sent. Again, all I need. I spent. I had $100. Well, I had $250 to spend, but I ended up getting a wrap for the trailer. So it's a black wrap. It'll give me a little bit of extra heat during the winter, and that was $150. So I spent $100 on supplies for a month, and I made a video about what I got. That's more than enough that I need. You got those really the salamis when I put them in the. There's a lot of nice good pork fat in that, like proper fat and protein. I'll fry those up tonight with some cabbage and rice. Plus, I have all of this here. There's so much foraging opportunities here, and I do it every dang day. Dachshunds are well. She is a dachshund mixed with the Australian Shepherd. Dachshunds have the hunting instinct, which she really has. She wants to kill everything smaller than her that moves. She's a good ratter. Since we've been up here, she's killed at least 100 mice. And the good thing is now she's not eating them anymore. She was just trying to wolf them down whole because I would used to take them away from her. So instead of doing that, I started to bring treats with me and do a trade off. She gives me the dead mouse, I give her a treat. So now she just piles them up in front of the camper, and she's killed over 100 mice. I'm working on to encouraging that in her by doing. We do a 3-hour training session every morning, except today. for most mornings. My neighbor gave me a rabbit pheromone spray. It smells like rabbit. I coat her toys like this one in the rabbit smell. The night before, I throw them through the woods, through the area here. I take a walk without her and hide them overnight. Take her out and I tell her to go find her toys. She finds all of her toys, bring them back. It takes like an hour and a half. Then we do it again. I try to train her to do what a dachshund does and jump into a hole to pull out a badger, but with rabbits. I want her to run in, go grab me a rabbit, pull it out, and then we got dinner. Yes, she's a ratter. She will hunt anything small. It goes beyond mice too. She stopped doing it with the birds because I got really mad at her when she was. She can catch the birds too, the little finches and the grouse. She's caught a few of them and ate a couple of them. I got really mad at her and she stopped doing that. The other one was a snake. This is right before I got her to stop. Before I trained her to bring the animal and give it to me. Uh, she was going through the bushes. She found herself a snake, just a garter snake. And I see her. I think she's got a rope in her mouth. She pops herself out of the bushes, out of the tall grass, and I think she's got a rope in her mouth. No, it's a snake. I see it's moving around her face, and oh, you give that back to me. And she's like, oh, hell no, I'm not giving it back to you. If you come near her, you're taking it. And I just hear chomp, 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 chomp. She ate the snake. It was brutal. It was like her face was covered in the snake's blood. Just imagine this cute little face covered in blood. She's a little monster. A whole snake just. Okay, with the rabbit, I've got myself a rabbit last year when I was in Sudbury. I did it wrong. I grilled it. I barbecued right over the fire, and it was gamey as hell. I like a little bit of game, but it was too gamey. If I'm to get a rabbit again, there's a what I will do is first I will boil it, skin it, gut it, boil it, just to cook the meat through and get all the scum out of the meat and the bones. It'll all rise to the top. Take it out. I'll grill it over the barbecue or over the fire. Get it nice and a little bit of charred bits onto it, and then I'll cut it up. Throw it back in the pot with some fresh water, other vegetables, and then stew it so all the gaminess is out of it. Oh, it's cooling down now. That's nice. Well, guys, I'm probably gonna have to end the stream in a couple minutes. I'm gonna go bother my neighbor for a bit, see how he's doing. Moose, don't go that way. I'm gonna go bother my neighbor. I just see him come out, see get a fire going, and see how he's doing. He's been sick for a few days, and now I'll be able to cook something to eat. Oh no, Cash App doesn't exist up here in Canada. Um, only I got an old PayPal donation link in my YouTube bio. Don't feel pressured. I'm doing okay, but that's all we got up here. Up here in Canada, Zelle and Cash App doesn't exist because we have bank-to-bank transfer or e-transfers for free, bank-to-bank up in Canada. So we've got that and PayPal. And even our PayPal isn't like it is in the States. We have to withdraw the money into the account. But that takes like a day. How you doing, Tech? But straight up, my whole life is discount. I go to the Resi and get these from them, the pods and everything, the native reservation. The month supply of juice at the Resi is $20. And yeah, I need the nicotine. I don't judge me. I don't care. It helps with my migraines. So I've got multiple sclerosis, right? It sucks. MS sucks. I get these cluster headaches, and it really helps with. But you know what I'm talking? I'm still talking. I'm heading out. Nah, none of that stuff exists up here. But I'm heading out now. I love y'all. Thanks for joining me today. But I'm gonna go try to cook something for breakfast, lunch, dinner kind of deal. I'm hungry. Thinking rice, lunch meat, cabbage. I have Szechuan peppercorn, so make it nice and spicy. Love y'all. Take care. Bye bye.